Welcome to New Hampshire's Business. I'm Fred Coker. There's a new report out on gender wage gap in the country and New Hampshire as well. You know, the difference in pay between men and women for the same job. Let's look at the glimpse at the New Hampshire information. New Hampshire women earn 83 cents on the dollar earned by men, adds up to about $9,000 gap per worker per year. New Hampshire gap is 1 cent lower than Massachusetts, 3 cents more than Vermont. Now this, national wage gap by occupation. Women in academics, 88 cents of a male $1. In retail, management, and manufacturing, 79 cents, and in sales, 63 cents. With me to talk about this are two people who know this subject pretty well. Sarah Matson-Dustin, who is Director of Policy of the New Hampshire Women's Foundation. Welcome.
Nice to be here. Thank you.
And Bob Sanders, reporter for New Hampshire Business Review, who just wrote an article on this, which is currently in that review, in that paper. And Bob, let me start with you. You reported that the gender wage gap in New Hampshire has shrunk substantially since 2015. What's the shrinkage?
It was 76 cents as opposed to 83, so that's a big jump. Not sure because the data sample is small, and we're a small state.
How so? How'd that happen?
Well, I have a couple of theories. One is that we have the primary. It was a big national issue in the last two presidential elections, and so we got more exposure. The other is we passed, there was a lot of debate about a bill that was passed that would prohibit retaliation for sharing your paycheck, and that was our Equal Pay Act, and that was
New Hampshire Equal Pay Act, about 2014.
Right, and then the jump happened from 15 to 16, so there might have been some for that.
Sarah, I mean, by occupation, as we put it up on the screen, there is a difference, but there's still discrimination, right?
Yes, there's a lot of research on this topic. We know that some of the wage gap can be explained by things like men's and women's different choices of occupation, but we still know that there's about a third or a little bit more that can only be explained by bias and discrimination.
Yeah. Let me put a graph up on the screen, and this is interesting. This is mothers more than fathers experience career interruptions. And the colors here are blue are the fathers and red are the mothers, and you can see the categories: reduced work hours, taking a significant amount of time off, quitting a job, and turning down a promotion. Clearly, mothers have more to be concerned about on that graph than the men, and that could be one of the reasons we have a difference, right, sir?
Absolutely. Having children is a major contributor to the wage gap. We know that the wage gap is wider for women who have children than for women who don't.
Bob, on the web, there are articles from reputable news organizations like Forbes magazine, opinion pieces really saying this is all a myth. Well,
what's not a myth is that the wage gap exists. What's debated is what the reason is behind it, and some of those reasons might be, they say, is women's choices. They want to make less money, but what some of these choices are is because they're the ones that are the caregiver, or there might be sexual discrimination and they might have to interrupt their career. So a lot of these choices are things that aren't really choices women are forced to.
Sarah, there's some public policy implications here. What are they?
Well, there's a lot that we can do to try to reduce the wage gap. We can certainly beef up our gender discrimination and racial discrimination laws, as well as enforce them more strongly. We can make sure that we have family-friendly workplaces that don't punish people for having children. We can also look to business to lead the way here. Pay transparency is a great way for businesses to make sure that they're not perpetuating the wage gap.
No. And the pay for those employees that have to take time off to look after children, look after a parent who is sick, and there's a bill in the legislature right now that deals with that, right?
That's right. There's a bill pending right now in the Senate that would create paid family leave for New Hampshire. That's a perfect way to make sure that we're making it possible for people to both work and have families.
Sarah Matson-Dustin, Director of Policy for the New Hampshire Women's Foundation, and Bob Sanders, reporter for New Hampshire Business Review. Thank you.
Thank you.
All too short, but we made the point. And if you want to listen to that again, you can go to WMUR.com, click on menu up at the top left-hand corner, then click on local news, and then scroll down to New Hampshire's Business.